KISW.
We're live in the depths of the Moore Theater with the greatest rock band on the planet, Alice in Chains. Gentlemen, how we doing?
Good.
I'm Sean Kinney, by the way. To my left is Jerry Cantrell.
Thank you. And just to be clear, we're not the best band on Earth. We're the best band on Uranus. Yeah. Be sure you're talking about the right planet.
Okay.
Get your planets aligned.
I heard you could see Uranus like recently.
Tonight on the internet, you can see my anus on Uranus on the internet, which is unfortunate for me. But
is it a pay-per-view thing?
I really want to talk about this. It's kind of a touchy subject.
I'll pay to not view.
We used to be the best band on Pluto, but it's not a planet anymore. They kind of demoted it, you know. Yeah. So.
And look at William's like, I'm done with this.
Yeah, Snapple time.
Yeah, we're the best band in this room.
Well, I just want to say thank you guys for the project that you guys put together at the Experience Music Project. That was an unbelievable give back to the KISW fan base and the guys that were lucky enough to be a part of that, and we were there too. I mean, what a special evening. I mean, just thank you.
No, you're welcome. You're welcome. It was fun.
It's always a pleasure to come to the hometown, rock out with our out. It's going to be killer tonight, man. We've seen a lot of old faces and family here, and yeah, it's nice to do stuff for you guys.
It's good for you. I come home and see the same faces, and which is, I guess I'll say on the radio, it's a good thing.
It must have been cool to listen to the brand new album with lasers going off above you after that acoustic show.
Yeah, it was cool. We did it on dirt, actually, and I was wondering if that place was even still open, and it is, obviously. Yeah, we did it for dirt, and but we'd flown back from like the East Coast, and after like making and hadn't slept in days, and came back, and I barely remembered. I just kind of foggily remember being there and going, oh, I think it's cool, and then leaving. So I wanted to, it was cool that it was open and that it worked out like that to be able to actually hang out and remember it.
Was it cool to hang out with the people while you were listening to your new album?
Yeah, I mean, there was a lot of people involved that put that together. You guys and Susan had she worked her butt off to make sure that happened, and a lot of people came together to offer the place, and had an Andean band learning your song, and like had the arches lit up blue. I mean, it was cool, man. There was a lot of thought that went into it, and we got to hang with everybody, that showed up, and it was really fun. The only bummer about it, was, yeah, the speakers were out of phase actually. So yeah, the speakers were out of phase. So it actually, as soon as it started up, we all knew something was wrong, and luckily everybody was kind of cool and just kind of didn't really notice that much. But especially the low end speakers, the subs were out of phase, so it really didn't quite get the impact that it did. But the laser show was cool, and it was just great hanging with everybody, and it was a good vibe.
The guys, I can honestly say that it didn't affect anybody sitting next to me, because there were two people sitting next to me that were completely blasted on mushrooms.
Well, that's what you should be on at Laserium. Yeah.
I think Acid Bubble might have freaked them out then when that part of the wah part.
Well, the thing that I do remember though was that last particular scene that they had going for Black Gives Way to Blue was really cool. It was a real 3D thing. There was some really cool depth going on that song. So. Overall it was a really, really fun time, and of course it was just one of the technical things we noticed, but unfortunately we noticed it a little too late, but it still went well.
Speaking of Black Gives Way to Blue, pretty sweet having Elton John play the piano on that.
Pretty sweet.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
Yeah, well, we're kind of cool, and
We had to throw him a bone. His career hasn't really been.
You may not want to say throw him a bone though.
I did though. I did say that, and I said it on the radio. But just you got to help people out. The guy never really got a break. He had a couple. He had a shot in a little window back there in the '70s. Never really caught on, and then he's kind of obscure artist, and we just thought we'd try to help him out a little bit. And I'm glad that you guys are. He'd probably be really happy you guys are talking about him, because not enough people know about this dude. Elton John is his name, by the way.
I have kids, so I'm familiar with The Lion King. So he was a major backbone of that movie. So I think that things really took off for him there.
He's the pinball wizard, dude. Come on. Oh, that's right.
Someone saved my life tonight.
Today. Sugar Bear. Sugar Bear. Yeah.
What was the first song you guys wrote for this new album?
God, I'm not really sure. That was probably toward the beginning. I mean, we've been collecting a lot of stuff, you know, in kind of jam rooms and sound checks and stuff like that. But that was probably one of the first ones that kind of got put together, and that was like after we got done with the Velvet Revolver tour, and so it was like November, December, like 2007. We started actually thinking, well, let's try to put together some stuff and see if we want to take the next step. So that was the beginning of the process, and that was one of the earlier songs in that writing process.
Speaking of Velvet Revolver, our good friend Duff McKagan, actually, we know that he heard this album long before. I thought I was cool because I heard it last week, and it's not out yet. And by the way, it's badass, you guys. I can't take it out. It's one of those albums that you can just let play.
Gets better every time you listen to it. It's the best rock album I've heard in a long time. I mean, awesome. No joke.
You know, and I would say that even if you guys weren't in the room. But no, Duff actually gave you guys mad props. He said, "This is the best thing that I've heard in a long time." And obviously, Duff is he's a guy that knows music. So I don't know if he told you that or not, but I'm telling you for him.
Duff was basically in the band when we first started jamming. He was like, you know, he would come out on his own dime and just hang out and jam with us and stuff.
Last time we played here, when we did that, like a rehearsal thing out of those, when we just decided to do like 5 shows or something after that Heart thing, he was here and played with us. I mean, he basically was. He was kind of bummed out when we kind of, you know, he had to go do his thing, and he was like, you know, kind of, man, I wish I was playing with you dudes. But you know, we've been friends for a long time, and he's really championed this thing. And him and a lot of other guys in this that do what we do have been really super supportive of this whole thing all along. Like kind of going, you got to do this. When we were like, nah, we ain't doing it. And they're like, you guys really need to shut up and at least give it a shot, you know. And we're like, and that's really cool, you know. And he has been through the process of jamming when we were jamming on ideas on that tour all the way to coming over to the house when we're demoing. I mean, he's heard stuff all the way through, and so
taking us out on tour with those guys, all of that, you know, really, you know, he's just a great friend and just an awesome dude and a great musician. You know, we're really big fans of his too.
The BJ Shea Morning Experience on 99.9 KISW.